Remember to hit that subscribe button.
How you doing? It's another edition of Against the Grain Sports, and it's your host, Jody Coleman. We're coming with the top 10 NBA players thus far through this season. Before we go on, like and subscribe to the page, leave comments, give me your list, tell us we got it right or we got it wrong. But let me go ahead and tell you how I compiled this list. Now, it goes from how healthy you are, so that means your availability. Are you actually good enough to be on this list as far as your statistics and your importance to your team? And last but not least, is it equating to victories? So I'm going to go from 10 down to 1, and whoever's at 1, that's why I feel like is the MVP thus far through this NBA season. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 10, James Harden, Brooklyn Nets. Team is currently 16-12, third in the Eastern Conference. He's giving you 23.6 points per game, 7 rebounds, 11.2 assists. He does play with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, but right now they have only played a total of 7 games together where they're 5-2. But right now he's currently carrying the Brooklyn Nets until those guys get healthy enough, and I think they will make a run towards the end of the season. Number 9, Donovan Mitchell. You can't deny this guy because his team is the best team in the NBA. So he's the best player on the best team in the NBA right now. Team currently 22-5, and he's giving you 24.2 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, and 5.1 assists. Next on the list, number 8 is Dame Lillard. It's Dame time in Portland. His team is currently 16-10, fifth in the Western Conference. He's giving you 29.2 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, 7.3 assists, and he's also shooting 93.4% from the free throw line. And he's always around the ball when they need a big bucket at the end of the game. Number 7, Kawhi Leonard, Los Angeles Clippers. Team is currently 20-8, third in the Western Conference. He's giving you 26.7 points per game, 5.9 rebounds per game, and 5 assists. And we always know he's very tenacious on the defensive end. He's always going to be around the top defensive players in the league year in and year out. Number 6, everybody's favorite, LeBron James. Team is currently 21-7. The Los Angeles Lakers are second in the Western Conference currently. He's giving you 25.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Even at his tender age of 36, he's still putting up phenomenal numbers. But right now, he's only 6th on the list currently in the NBA. Number 5, Steph Curry. His team is 14-13. They're sitting at 8th in the Western Conference for the Golden State Warriors at this current time. But he's lighting it up like he did in his 2 MVP seasons. He's giving you 29.9 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.9 assists. He's shooting 42% from the three-point line and 93.2% from the foul line. He's having a phenomenal year, even without Klay Thompson. And right now, they're trying to find an identity in Golden State. Number 4, Giannis, the Greek Freak. Team is currently 16-11. The Milwaukee Bucks are second in the Eastern Conference. He's having another MVP type of season. He's giving you 28 points per game, 11.5 rebounds, and 5.7 assists, and he's playing phenomenal defense. Now, they're not putting up the same numbers that they put up last year as far as a team, but Giannis is definitely doing his part. He just got to get a little help. He's 4 on the list. Number 3, this is the only player on this list that has a losing record, but you can't deny what this guy is doing on the court with the lack of help that he has with the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic, team is currently 13-15, sitting 10th in the Western Conference, but he's putting up 29.1 points per game, 8.6 rebounds, and 9.4 assists. He has to get some type of help. He has to either get Porzingis healthy, playing consistently on one end. He has to get other guys to help out and chip out on the offensive end. But right now, Luka Doncic is playing out of his mind. And don't be surprised if at the end of the season, they're in the playoffs and he's in conversations for the MVP. Number 2, this may surprise a lot of people out there, but if you're watching the Denver Nuggets play, you know who this guy is. Nikola Jokic, the Joker. His team is currently 15-11, sitting 7th in the Western Conference. He's putting up 26.5 points per game, 11.5 rebounds, and 8.7 assists. And he's doing it all, waiting for Jamal Murray to get up to the level that he was in the bubble. And right now, the Joker is carrying that team. And don't be surprised at the end of the season how far they had went in the Western Conference. Remember, last season they was in the Western Conference Final. Let's see if they could get past that this season. Now, this is the #1 player in the NBA, and he is my MVP thus far through this NBA season. And that man is Joel Embiid for the Philadelphia 76ers. His team is right now 18-9, first in the Eastern Conference. He's giving you 29.6 points per game, 10.8 rebounds, and for a 7-footer, he's giving you 40% from the three-point line, 8.5% from the free throw line. This guy is playing phenomenal against the best competition. That used to be his knock on him when Shaq and Charles Barkley would talk about him. They said he didn't play big enough against the best competition, and he has proven everybody wrong this year. I think the key to his success right now is Doc Rivers, and he's just becoming a complete player and a leader. That's what we've been wanting for Joel Embiid. Right now, if the season stopped right now, Joel Embiid will be my MVP thus far through this NBA season. But I got one guy I got to put on this list before I go, and it's an honorable mention. And only why he's not making the list is because his team is not in playoff contention as of yet, and that guy is Trae Young with the Atlanta Hawks. His team is now 10-15. He's giving you 26 points per game, 3.9 rebounds, and 9.4 assists. I think with that veteran leadership, with the complement of those young players, I think Atlanta will get it right towards the end of the season. And I think Trae Young may be on this list by the end of the season. So I know it's a couple guys that you don't see on here. Bradley Beal's not on here. Zach LaVine's not on here. Maybe Julius Randle. Or, those guys are not on this list. And not saying that they're not great players, Anthony Davis, any of those players. But like I said, these are my guys according to how they're playing, how their team is playing, and how important they are to their teams. So maybe next week it'll change. But this week, this is my list. Give me your list. Tell me if I got it wrong. Tell me if I got it right. Hey, like it, dislike it. Let me know. Give me your feedback because I would love to have a conversation with you. It's Against the Grain Sports. It's your host, Jody Coleman.